Is Arsenal cast? Thomas Partey and Kieran Tierney pick up injuries in the game that Arsenal won by 1 goal to nil against a side which goes by names of Burnley. Welcome to the Football News Top 10s and Lifestyle Zone. Guys, how are you and where are you watching us from? This is the channel that brings you all your football news all over the world, whether Africa, Europe, USA, South America in there, and we do also what we call the top tens and lifestyle zone in here. So now, yesterday we all know that Arsenal really went ahead to beat a side which goes by names of Burnley by 1 goal to nil. Remember, these are the first two games that Arsenal have won in the Premier League. This was the fifth game in the Premier League. The first three, Arsenal lost 2-0 to Brentford, 2-0 to Chelsea, and 5-0 to a side which goes by the Man City, and they're at the bottom of the table. And the very first time, ever since the season started, Arsenal is in the 11th position with 6 points in there, something that is good in there that Arsenal fans really jubilated about. But something bad really came and happened to a team which goes by names of Arsenal, and these are injuries that they don't really want to experience or get at this particular time, because when you look at them, their next fixture is up against Tottenham Hotspur, and if at all you're going to play up against Tottenham Hotspur, there is no way you can tell me that without Thomas Partey and Kieran Tierney you can go to the so-called Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and really gather some points out of there. You can go, but you won't be 100% sure, because yesterday Thomas Partey played as the anchorman in there in a three-man midfield alongside Odegaard and Emily Smith Rowe in there. Let me show you how Arsenal played yesterday. I think I have to first show you how Arsenal really stood yesterday when they're playing a side which goes by the names of Burnley in there. So that is how Arsenal stood yesterday when they're playing a side which goes by names of Burnley. They had Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, and Kieran Tierney. That was the back four. Now, they played a system of a 4-3-3, though this one's really put up a 4-1-4-1, but it was a 4-3-3 system with Emily Smith Rowe, Odegaard, and Thomas Partey playing in that three-man midfield as Aubameyang, Bukayo Saka, and Nicolas Pepe really led the line, and that is how they played yesterday. So Thomas Partey played as an anchorman. He played very well, and when the new signee who goes by names of Lokonga was really introduced onto the pitch, he really changed everything. They really put up a very good play. I really saw up a very good team play. The passing, the interpassing in there between Thomas Partey, Odegaard, Aubameyang, and Lokonga was really great in there. So it looked like there is some good chemistry between Thomas Partey and Lokonga in there. But guess what? This chemistry didn't last for long, because Thomas Partey was seen signaling to Arteta and telling him, please, I need to be substituted because I feel like I'm really injured. So this is something bad to Arsenal. One of your best players. I told you in the video that I did yesterday that Thomas Partey is not only one of the best players at Arsenal, but he has certain things that are few at Arsenal. He's the most experienced central midfielder Arsenal is having. And when you look at him, he really provides a lot to a team which goes by names of Arsenal. Remember in the game of Norwich, he started off the bench, but when he came on, you remember that forward pass, he passed to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka did his magic, gave the ball to Nicolas Pepe, and Nicolas Pepe really hit the post, the bottom post, and then the ball went to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang scored the goal. So it shows you that he has that pass that can really split the midfield in there. He's a forward-playing midfielder. However much he played as an anchorman, but you rarely see him making negative passes. He rarely makes negative passes. So a player like Thomas Partey getting injured at this particular time is really worse for a team which goes up on Arsenal and the manager who goes by names of Mikel Arteta, because Mikel Arteta was given 5 games, and those 5 games he has won 3 and lost 1. He won the first one against West Bromwich Albion. He lost to Man City. He has won against Burnley. He won against Norwich, and he is going to play his 5th game against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, when you are going to a game like big, like that of Tottenham Hotspur, there is no way you're going to tell me that you don't have Thomas Partey and you don't have Kieran Tierney. Yes, for Kieran Tierney, at least you can know that there is Nuno Tavares, but I saw Nuno Tavares yesterday come on. Going forward, he's good, but he really lost lots of the balls in there. And I don't think that Nuno Tavares will be the best left back for Arsenal to really face people like Marcus Rowler. Is he called Marcus Moura? Yes, Marcus Moura of Tottenham Hotspur, and Song Heung-min and Bergwijn. You know, all those, that attack force, because these three really rove into those so-called full-back positions, the left back and full-back. You never know whether Bagwine is going to play off the left or the right, but throughout the game, you'll see them roving all over that those so-called full-back positions of the opponent in there. So Kieran Tierney, I think he's one of the best. I always tell people that after Luke Shaw, he's the best left back into the Premier League. People will tell Robertson, but I think Robertson really has depreciated. There is dip in form of Robertson. He's really a very good, talented player, but he ran a lot. For the previous 3-4 seasons, he has been running all over that line, to and fro, to and fro. So I think right now we can no longer make those to and fro movements as he used to do, because he used to run 90 minutes for the previous 4 seasons, and I think he's running out of steam, and the manager is not really giving him enough rest. So I think Robertson, if at all he gets some rest, he can really come back and really compete into these top 2 tier positions of the best left backs in the Premier League. But to me, Luke Shaw is number 1 and Kieran Tierney. And a player of a quality who is the second left back in the Premier League, you can't risk losing him. This moment is too crucial for Mikel Arteta, because there is no way Arsenal can line up without Kieran Tierney and Thomas Partey. You get? Because the first 3 games that Arsenal lost, they missed Thomas Partey. You get? Kieran Tierney played the first game of Brentford and he was injured. You get? Then he returned in the game of Chelsea and they lost. Then he returned in the game of Man City, they lost. He played the game of Norwich 90 minutes, they won. Burnley, he played like 75 minutes, then he leaped off the pitch. So it shows you how Arsenal really needs these people, because Kieran Tierney, at least if he does badly, you expect a minimum of 5 crosses into the 18 yards box area of the opponent. That is Kieran Tierney for you. And Thomas Partey really does all the donkey work. He's a holding midfielder. He can dedicate the pace of the game, the pace at which the game is going to be played. That is Thomas Partey in there for you. So I feel like if there is a loss that Arsenal has made, this is a double loss, and that's why Arsenal fans have really come out and said Arsenal is cast. I really want to come out and really point out what Arsenal fans really came out and said, that Arsenal looks to be cast in there, because they ask themselves, what's wrong with Arsenal? Player come in, fits in the team, plays very well. We saw some glimpses of a man who goes by the names of Lokonga and Thomas Partey into that midfield. And after a long run, Arsenal gets these injuries. You get? So, Gunners fans on social media, we are quick to point out the club's frustrating track record when it comes to injuries, labeling Arsenal cast. Now, one tweeted, having to bring off Partey and Tierney because of injury, we are so cast. When will it end? The other one said, how can Partey go from having only 2 injuries before Arsenal to limping off every week? Our club is actually cast. The third one said, Partey and Tierney injury again, we are cast. That's what they really said. And the reason that's why they are saying they are really cast, because they know that these are the spines of the team. Thomas Partey, in the center of the midfield, he's the best anchorman Arsenal are having. He's the best central midfielder Arsenal are having. He's the best experienced central midfielder Arsenal are having. And when we hear them crying out and calling that Arsenal is cast, they know. It's not like Manchester United, that we don't have Freddie, they'll bring in Matic. Or Scott McTominay is out, they're bringing Donny van Beek, Paul Pogba. They're having a variety. Look at Man City, they're having a variety. Gundogan, they're having Kevin De Bruyne, they're having Fernandinho, they're having Rodri. So they're having variety. Look at Chelsea, Saul Niguez, N'Golo Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho. So you hear the variety that these people are having into the midfield in there. So it shows you that Arsenal are really cast, and the fans are really saying it because they know what it means not having a Thomas Partey and a Kieran Tierney in the game against Tottenham Hotspur. And remember, Thomas Partey had just returned. Remember, he got an injury. I think it was 1st or 2nd August, when Arsenal was playing the Mindset Series tournament against a side which goes by names of Chelsea. Loftus-Cheek stepped on his ankle and Thomas Partey was rushed outside the field. Now he had just returned close to 1.5 months back, and guess what? he is again off the pitch and is injured in there. And by the way, very many, I was happy for Arsenal. I don't support Arsenal, but I was happy for Arsenal to see to it that Thomas Partey started that game yesterday. Though I thought he was going to play into the double midfield pivot with Lokonga, it never happened in there. To me, I really think he really needs Lokonga by him all the time, because Lokonga is something else. He's another talent. I like his physique. His passing range is high. He has a shot on him. He passes left, right, and center. You see, he can pass off the left, right in there. So I really wanted to see that Thomas Partey stays, Lokonga stays, and I see the next 4-5 games for Arsenal. How are they going to be playing? Because I really want to see that midfield before Granit Xhaka returns in there. Because Thomas Partey and Lokonga, I think it's going to be one of the strongest central midfields in the Premier League. They're really going to play. They're really good players. They understand one another. They can communicate very well. But this is worrying. Thomas Partey is out. Kieran Tierney is out in there. So, referring to something concerning the curse, I can really come out and tell you that even Granit Xhaka was red carded against the side which was on Man City. Then after getting a red card, you would have expected him to come back much earlier. And when he went to Switzerland, he really got COVID-19 because he said, I won't be vaccinated. I won't be getting the jab of COVID-19. So it really shows you that Arteta is really in a very worst state in there. And you have to pray for the manager, because you don't know what he's really going to do. Because in the absentia of Thomas Partey, if at all Granit Xhaka was present, you would have said, all right, Granit Xhaka is not like Thomas Partey, but at least when he's there, you expect magic to happen. When he's playing alongside a man who goes by Lokonga in there. Kieran Tierney, Nuno Tavares is available, but Nuno Tavares has not yet picked that level of playing in the Premier League, because he needs to get consistent games in there. Because I really like him, his physique. I like his skill on the ball, his shot in there. He makes good runs in there, but each and every time you bring him into a game like that of Burnley, when the intensity is already high, yet he has not been getting enough playing time, that means it will take him like 10-15 minutes to cope up. And in those 10-15 minutes to cope up, he might cost your team. So that's what Arteta needs to work upon in there, because Tomiyasu is doing great. I really like the way he plays. I've seen some Aaron Wan-Bissaka glimpses of from Tomiyasu in there. Ben White and Gabriel, I think they are the best players of the game yesterday when Arsenal was playing Burnley. I think if at all I was to give them my rating, they would have gotten the best rating of the game, because they really played very well. They tracked Adam very well, and Barnes. Remember, those Adam, is it Woods and Barnes, they really track them very well, because they are really a threat when it comes to aerial balls. But there's the way Gabriel and Ben White really silenced them into the game. They never had a shot on target in there, especially Barnes and Woods in there, and all those crosses were limited. Kieran Tierney and Tomiyasu really did a very good job in there. I think Arteta has built up his team, but him building up his team, he has really suffered 2 injuries in there, and that is Thomas Partey and Kieran Tierney. I think, for God's sake, he really deserves these players to be here. Yes, because I think Arsenal can really do can really go on a 7-game run, winning run. I think they can go, if at all they really have Thomas Partey, Kieran Tierney, Gabriel, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Lokonga, Pepe, Aubameyang, Odegaard in there. And talk about Odegaard, I never really know that Odegaard really had a very good technique of taking free kicks, but I really noticed it yesterday. He really took a very good free kick, and that's what really shows you that a team is ready. You get having players who can really score or raise up the occasions when the unexpected occasions, because when Arsenal steps on the pitch, you will know that if Arsenal is to score, Aubameyang, Pepe, Bukayo Saka, who else can we talk about? Lacazette. Those 4 are the players that you can really put your money on to say that they're really going to get you goals. But guess yesterday, Arsenal was not playing very well, but they needed a goal because a lot of pressure was onto them. And guess what? They get a free kick outside the 18-yard box area, and a man who goes by names of Odegaard bags it in the back of the net. So I think Arteta needs these players to be around. And if at all someone comes out and say it's a curse, if Arsenal fans have come out and said it's a curse, it might be believed, because if a team is coming back to its right shape and the players that are really making it to be back in the right shape are really getting injured, what can you say? They need a deliverance of the Lord. They need the hand of the Lord to come at Arsenal, because if Arsenal has all its players fit, Arsenal can compete for the top 4 positions. Remember, I always told you that last season, Arsenal really went ahead to finish into the 8th position, but they were just 6 points behind a team which goes by the names of Chelsea that accomplished into the 4th position. So Arsenal had a very tough fixture. Starting with Man City and Liverpool, first 3 games is not an easy one in there. So I think these other games they are having are really going to give them a very good run in there, because that means in the remaining, so far they've played 13 games to go. The big team they're left with is Manchester United and Liverpool in there. So that means the 11 games, Arsenal can really go ahead and win close to 8 or 9 if at all these players are present. But their absentia and getting injured worries me a lot. So thank you guys for watching. Smash like on the video, comment and share. Go into the comment section and tell me what you think about these 2 injuries that Arsenal have got. Thomas Partey and Kieran Tierney being injured in there. What do you think about Mikel Arteta, and what do you want him to do as Arsenal is struggling in here? I'm out for now. See you later.